We're out here looking at some really fabulous plans for the future for the South Central area of Phoenix, looking at extending the light rail system down into this area to help us better connect the community with education, with health care, and all the other things that the rest of the city has access to. So it's very important for all of us. We're at the federal level are very supportive. We're good partners in this project, and we're going to continue to work with the community on this.
Light rail is so important, business and people transportation. Talk a little bit about how light rail benefits the community.
Well, you have to look at the future. Everything we do is about the future, and how do you invest in the future of the community? And once you do that and you move forward on the actual investments, what you're going to see is this entire corridor, similar to Central Avenue north of the city. You see the economic development that occurred there, the opportunities that are out there, the university that moved out there, and on and on. All of these really good things for the community to be able to connect people to jobs, to economic opportunity for the future. And like I said, education being extremely important, being able to connect the young generation from this side of the city to education is very important.
Phoenicians are always interested in funding. What does the federal government do to help out with funding on these extra miles?
Well, we're normally very good partners on the funding side. Just very recently, about 2 weeks ago, we announced a Tiger Grant, $1.6 million to help with the planning phases of this extension. So that's going to move forward pretty quickly. But overall, on a national basis, we're doing everything we can to work with Congress, the Obama administration, and others to make sure that we as a country invest in our infrastructure. So we have proposed the Grow America Act that brings to the table $302 billion over 4 years across the nation to improve ports, roadways, bridges, public transportation, and rail. So we're doing everything we can on a national basis to focus the importance of investing in our infrastructure, not just for today, but really looking toward the year 2050.
Well, the Deputy Secretary for Transportation, who happens to be from Arizona, is back here looking at some key transportation projects, including the future light rail line here in South Central Phoenix. I couldn't be more excited about the opportunity to show them what we have here. Light rail in South Mountain Village along Central Avenue will really transform this neighborhood, bring economic development opportunities, bring some new housing opportunities, and connect people from South Mountain Village to educational opportunities, to employment opportunities, to housing, to doctor's appointments. It'll really better connect this community. So I couldn't be more excited about this project. In particular, the President has indicated that he wants his programs that he supports to be called programs called ladders of opportunity, really connecting people to economic opportunity. And there would be no better ladder of opportunity project in the entire country, I would argue, than light rail here in South Mountain Village on Central Avenue. It will really uplift people and increase their economic opportunities, so I couldn't be more excited about it. Ironically, when you do light rail, you improve the infrastructure. There'll be a lot of power lines, et cetera, that are underneath the ground, services that are underground that get moved and upgraded as a result of light rail. So I believe that transportation infrastructure is as important as any other infrastructure we can provide the people of our city, and we do improve the overall infrastructure as a city for doing so. So this is really a win-win in that regard. So some people want to juxtapose transportation infrastructure with other forms of infrastructure. If you're going to look at the infrastructure of a city, transportation, improving your roads, improving light rail, improving your bridges, transportation infrastructure, which is exactly what we're talking about, is as important as any other infrastructure for our city.
So many of our riders on light rail are students, and they don't always get the chance to get that type of an experience. This will also be a great engine for connecting our warehouse district with the rest of the city, which is one of our hubs of small business growth. A lot of our fastest growing startups like WebPT are based in the warehouse district. It's really been attracting more entrepreneurial individuals and a lot of our artists. And this way they'll have that connection to downtown and to the rest of the city. And we're very hopeful as Phoenix expands those small businesses that they'll be an asset for all of the community, and people will be able to get to those jobs more easily. It is an area that was designed for produce warehouses near the railroad, but there's not a lot of parking, and having people be able to get there by light rail will be very important.
There's a lot of infrastructure improvements that go along with a light rail project as well. There's the utilities like electricity and water, all the pipes and things like that. Everything benefits from that.
Right. This will get a lot of more modern infrastructure in the area, which will help with other development along Central in particular. We have a lot of vacant land along Central right now, and having that upgraded infrastructure will help that redevelop. So we're hopeful that we'll have a lot more ribbon cuttings along Central Avenue as a result of this project. Light rail's brought billions of dollars in investment along the lines already, and this is an area where, because of the vacant lands, that investment should be able to happen quite quickly.
You know, we've been working on this for the last 2 years. District 7 has the majority of the light rail. We're from the river bottom all the way to Baseline, and then from the railroad tracks all the way down into downtown Phoenix. So, you know, this is great. We've been meeting with community leaders, nonprofit leaders, and this is something that's going to really help out South Phoenix, because you have a lot of working families. And one of the biggest things that we have out here is a lot of families only have one vehicle, and the father works construction, the mother might be working, cleaning offices at nighttime. So how do you get back and forth? This light rail is going to help out. We have 18,000 new students in downtown Phoenix going to ASU. All the students that are graduating from from South Mountain and all the schools out here in South Phoenix will be able to jump on the light rail and just go downtown ASU. So all kinds of great opportunities for growth, opportunities for new businesses, opportunities for so much in South Phoenix. So we thank the $1.6 million of the Tiger Grant that's really going to talk about the opportunities we have here in Phoenix.